Hey guys, Nick here, and it is 12:01 a.m. on Friday, November 7th, which means I am officially allowed to start showing you Halo the Master Chief Collection's multiplayer, which I am super excited about. I'm starting with Halo 2 today because Halo 2 is my favorite Halo game ever. Specifically, the multiplayer is my favorite Halo multiplayer ever. I've loved all of them to varying degrees. I think Halo 4 being probably my least favorite, and Halo 2 and maybe Reach actually being pretty close to my favorites. But yeah, so here is Elongation, which you might remember as being actually one of the Halo 2 map pack stages. It's like a remake, I think, of a Halo 1 map that was called Longest, except for they added in all these conveyor belts and silly, goofy shit like that. And I think what you'll notice right off the bat, besides me killing everyone just completely easily, and oh, well, that's a bad example, but the first thing you'll notice is that this game runs remarkably well, which sounds like something that's totally obvious when you're talking about a game that runs like an Xbox, like original Xbox game running on the Xbox One. Like, of course it does. Why doesn't it? But or why shouldn't it, rather? But like looking at it, it's just, I don't know. I've always been the type of person who values frame rate over pretty much anything, and just this game is so smooth. You should be seeing it in 60 frames a second right now. If you're not, go click the quality slider and pump it up because it's worth it to see these ragdolls twitch around at 60 frames per second. It looks like gorgeous. And it's funny because this game obviously comes with the anniversary version of Halo 2, which I'll be showing off a little bit later today. And that's sort of the Halo 2 multiplayer remade and kind of changed a little bit, and I honestly think that I prefer Halo 2 Classic to Halo 2 Anniversary, which is what you're seeing here. Just the classic stuff is, I adore Halo 2 the way it released back in the day. I think that game is perfect 10 years ago and doesn't really need a ton of changing, and just bumping it up to 1080p and having it render at 60 frames a second is like, those are the changes I would want for a contemporary version of Halo 2. And speaking of that, I've noticed every time I've played Halo Master Chief Collection, the first thing I've done is gone back in and changed the controls to the default setting, which basically just means the same controls that you remember from Halo 2 on the original Xbox. So X picking up weapons, Y to dual wield, all that stuff. It just feels right to me. They have gone in and added a setting, God, that was a really bad melee, that allows you to just sort of a unified control scheme that they think is best, that works across all Halos, which is kind of pretty similar to Halo 3's control scheme. You use the bumpers to pick up weapons, right trigger to shoot, but that just feels off to me. It doesn't feel right, and it doesn't really feel like the way Halo 2 is meant to be played. So this is Halo 2 with dual wielding being used the way God intended, with X to pick up weapons and Y to use your left hand and stuff. Elongation honestly wasn't my favorite map of all time, and I guess I'll tell this story. Tragically, I recorded 16 matches when I went to this Halo event. Like, I just wanted to make sure I had everything, right? And there was one match on midship where it was a free-for-all, not unlike this, like free-for-all sort of rumble pit equivalent, with me and 7 other people, and I got first place. I got, like, I'm gonna say 7 sticky grenade kills, like actual sticks, and that match is just completely corrupted. It's the one video, well, that video and one other video are the 2 videos that were just corrupted beyond even being watchable. But I swear to God it happened. I promise. I'll post a screenshot on Twitter or something to prove it. Oh, there we go. Just clipping right through the environment, looking real good. But yeah, like, I am so thrilled to be playing Halo 2 as it existed when I was like 14 years old. Like, that is so exciting to me, especially because if you don't know, the way that they are handling the online matchmaking stuff for this game is they're essentially taking the level system from Halo 2, which was actually a pretty punishing ranking system, where you could like gain and lose levels based on your performance, and they're incorporating that into, I think, all of the multiplayer content that you'll see in Master Chief Collection. Another cool thing they're doing is that not only are they including DLC maps like this one and some of my favorites like Terminal and Turf, but they are including all the maps from the PC versions of all the games. So the PC version of Halo CE, all the special exclusive maps to that are in here, and then of course all the maps from Halo 2 Vista have also somehow made it into this game. So it's pretty much the most unbelievably complete collection of Halo games you could ever want, excluding of course the fact that Reach isn't in here, which which breaks my heart a little bit. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those you give a mouse a cookie situations to where like I want reach in here, but to complain about what content is in this game, which has all the content you could ever want, is pretty goofy. But yeah, it's really it's exactly what I wanted, which is just playing Halo 2 the way it originally existed. And having all those DLC maps there is a really great bonus on top of that. Yeah, like it's funny too because I'm really gonna be curious to see how creative they get with playlisting and stuff like that. I remember Halo 2. I mean, by and large, it's because it was the first multiplayer Halo game with like serious online play. But they got pretty creative and pretty silly with some of the playlists later in that game's lifespan. And I want to see how much of that comes through in this. I have really, really fond memories of playing game types like Fiesta, where you just get a random weapon every time. And I want to do more of that online with friends. And of course, that'll be an option to do in custom matches. But I want to see 343 sort of step up and make this, because like in order for this to be the ultimate Halo experience that we kind of want it to be, right? It's going to require a lot of care and a lot of attention in terms of like what playlist options are available. And yeah, this part of the match is not going so good for me. It's real sad. Man, it's been funny too, like playing these, and I'll talk about this more if I do a video on Halo 3. But there are weapons in the first few Halo games that I just totally forgot about. Like the Brute Shot, I never stopped thinking about. Like, of course, it's iconic a little bit for me as a Halo 2 player. But like playing Halo 3 and remembering that there was the single-handed Brute Shotgun that I totally forgot existed. Like, there's a ton of little things like that that I just somehow totally escaped my memory. Oh. This is cheap. I'm sorry. That was shameful. That someone was away, like using the bathroom or something. I did not earn that. It just another thing that feels great is like the battle rifle, and actually all the weapons have not stopped feeling good. That dude almost got sucked down the chute there. Just in the decades since these weapons were first conceived of, like the Halo 2 shotgun still feels amazing. The battle rifle still feels really satisfying at pretty much any range. I don't know. I just wanted you guys to get a chance to see it firsthand. This 1080p HD 60 frames per second footage, because it looks lovely, and I am going to be spending a lot of time over the next month or so just doing nothing but playing Halo 2 online. So look forward to more of that. I'll probably be streaming some of that very, very shortly. But in the meantime, thank you guys for watching. This has been Halo 2 Classic from Halo the Master Chief Collection. See ya!